their kaya. So why has there been this postponement in the case?
Well, in essence, Tempekile, what I can tell you is there has been quite a very strong argument from the side of the media to have their cameras installed. But subsequent to that, then there was a postponement, really to allow the defense to peruse some of the documents that have been submitted, of course, by both sides in terms of understanding the heads of argument. What we know so far is that there has been also a very strong argument from the side of Mr. Chang's legal representative. So they're really questioning the warrant of arrest, going as far as labeling it as unlawful. And also, Tempekile, it's a very complicated matter here. We know that from the side of the United States, there is a pending extradition. And we know that Mr. Chang was detained on his way to Dubai. So now you have the American authorities who flagged his name to the police organization, the Interpol. So hence the involvement, for example, of organizations like FBI, really to try and delve into this case of fraud. And it's really quite a very important case in Mozambique. During the course of this morning, we got an opportunity to speak to some of the Mozambicans who were picketing, really making their voice and really calling for the former minister to make sure that the money is paid back. Let's perhaps take a listen to that.
We really want our money back. We really want our money back because we understand that if it was something to benefit the ordinary people of that country, that means shouldn't have been a secret. But you have to understand that that was a secret. It was beyond acknowledgement of the majority of the population in Mozambique. So that is the reason why we say we want our money back. Do you have an idea how much are we talking here? We are talking about the $2 billion went to a particular scheme whereby the people went to vote, went to cast in the ballot paper expecting revolution, expecting something from those individuals. But instead, they are there to impoverish the country forwardly. So that is the reason why we again really consent to see the justice going on. We do believe that maybe the USA government, as they are trying to extradite him to the USA, could assist us to make sure that he's being extradited. Not only to extradite him, but we want all those big fishes to fall. Because we understand that the ruling party won't reveal the whole secret what really went on. We know that there are many people implicated in this particular matter. Because you have to understand that this happened at the regime of Armando Guebuza. But we never heard anything from the regime of Mr. News. He's there silently. Why? He have to tell the nation what really happened. We want to know what really happened with $2 billion. But we haven't heard. We are really still eager to hear that.
Kylie, clearly a lot of palpable anger from Mozambicans who are in South Africa about what happened, because it is understood to have happened during the years of Armando Guebuza as president. 2005 to 2015, Manuel Chang was that country's minister there. What exactly is he believed to have done in the disappearance of these $2 billion?
Well, I think, Tempekile, from the outset, what you have to understand about the loan itself is that we're talking about 3 loans here. So they were secured from various international institutions. And Mr. Chang obviously was right at the helm of the all-important finance ministry in Mozambique. So in essence, the loans were secured to try and deal with security issues along the coast of Mozambique. But also, more importantly, so a lot of institutions were involved here. We're talking about the likes of Swiss Credit. So there's now allegations around some of the kickbacks that were paid. So lots of people were involved in this particular transaction. But of course, the finance minister was right at the heart of this particular issue. But also what is very important to understand, Tempekile, is that for the longest time, this particular loan has been referred as a hidden debt of of Mozambique. There was a point where the country was trying to get a loan from the International Monetary Fund, so they were not able really to get that particular loan from the IMF by virtue of this particular hidden loan, as the country was trying to secure its sovereign debt. By virtue of having this hidden debt, they were not able to qualify. So a lot of implications for this particular nation. And we know that Mozambique, at some point, there was an outbreak of cholera. So as the country was not able to get an IMF-funded loan, so then you're not able to see, for example, cholera outbreak being dealt with. So now there are lots of allegations swelling around in terms of the vital role that the former minister played in terms of those kickbacks that were exchanged with other individuals who were arrested, some in London and other parts of the world. And also it's very interesting to understand there has been an announcement that has been made in Maputo by the former President Gebuza, where his defense, the lawyers in actual fact, they're saying there hasn't been any warrant of arrest issued yet against the president. So a lot of people in Mozambique really are expected to be affected. So this particular issue has been bubbling under for the longest time. So the feeling also in Maputo is that the government there has not really dealt with the issue decisively. So hence now there is hope that perhaps with the involvement of the Americans and other investigative bodies from other parts of the world, perhaps we may see heads rolling and those who might have taken the kickbacks really being dealt with. And very serious charges that the former minister is facing, Thembekile. We're talking here about the conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and also conspiracy to commit money laundering. So very serious charges.
Okay, Kaya, and very shortly, do we know if there are any conversations happening at diplomatic level as far as Manuel Chang is concerned? Because in his case, we've got the United States, we've got South Africa, we've got Mozambique, all involved in this.
Well, Thembekile, I can tell you this much. Some officials from the Mozambican embassy, they were right in court monitoring the proceedings. So from their side, the Mozambican authorities, they're saying it's still really premature for them to give any reaction at all. But of course, as expected, this particular issue is very complex. A lot of countries are involved. So we're expecting a lot of treaties from all these countries to be looked at. And these are very important agreements that are used by states in terms of really just working out their diplomatic relations. But from the side of South Africa, really, there hasn't been any fleeting reaction at this rate from the side of Pretoria. But what we understand is that where Mr. Chang is held, he's able to use his cell phone, and so certainly he's really just getting a very proper treatment. And we know that there was an indication inside in this particular court B that he can't really be detained in any police station whatsoever. So wherever he's kept, it looks like a very secured space in making sure that human rights are observed and everything that perhaps he may require is given to him.
ENCA reporter Kailihle Kumalo, thank you for that. It is back to school and parents